Man at his birth is supple and tender, but in death he is rigid and hard. Thus, suppleness and tenderness accompany life, but rigidity and hardness accompany death. Lao Tzu. The literal meaning of judo is the way of softness. Judo was first being used during Japan's Civil War period in close quarters on the battlefield. When a sword could not be used, samurais resorted to hand-to-hand combat, which had begun as jujitsu, which judo was derived from. Jiu-jitsu was used in Japan and had even created almost 200 schools until the Edo period, where it had become less of a battle tactic and more of a way of life, and was used to build mental sharpness and discipline. During the Meiji period, Japan was overset with westernization and modernization, and if not for a young man named Kano Jigoro, judo may not have become the worldwide institution it has become today. As a young boy, Kano had been extremely strong but slight of build, and had lacked physical confidence. At the age of 17, Kano became an apprentice to the Tenjin Shinyo School of Jiu-Jitsu's master, Yanosuke Fukuda. When Kano had turned 21, he had taken what he had learned and created his own technique, which became what we know today as modern judo. Kano began with a small dojo and only 6 students, but then in 1889 made his way to Europe to make judo an international institution. On the ship to Europe, Kano met with a foreigner who made fun of him. Kano threw the soldiers to the deck of the ship, but put his hand under his head so that the foreigner wouldn't be injured. This is a prime example that judo is not just a form of self-defense, but also a state of being respectful towards one's enemy or having thoughtfulness towards them. Kano worked tirelessly even after the International Judo Federation was established in 1952, and after becoming a member of the International Olympic Committee. Finally, in 1964, men's judo finally became an Olympic sport. Women's judo was also recognized in 1988 after a demonstration at the Seoul Olympics, and was officially added as an Olympic sport at the Barcelona Olympics in 1992. Now let me tell you a little more specifics about judo, such as how a judo match is fought. A judo match takes place on a square mat with a smaller square inside. On the inside square are the 2 competitors and the referee. On the outer square stand 2 judges. Outside the mat are the score and timekeepers, as well as the other contestants. There are 67 throwing techniques and 29 grappling techniques that can be used to gain points during the match. The highest point that can be earned and wins the match is ippon, followed by wazari, yuko, and koka. Ippon can be appointed by making 2 wazari, or keeping the opponent's back in full contact with the mat for 25 seconds or until they yell maita, which means they give up and tap the mat or the opponent's body twice. Wazari is appointed for a good move or holding the opponent down for 20 seconds, yuko for 15 seconds, and koka for 10 seconds. But good moves and holding isn't the only way to gain points. If the opponent moves off the mat, stalls, or refuses to attack, points can be gained starting with shido, which if 2 are made becomes chui, or the worst keikoku. At the end of the match, the winner is determined by the judges and the referee, who raise flags depending on which competitor they believe did the best. Bows are made before and after the match, when the decision is made and when entering and leaving the competing area. This practice maintains one of the main aspects of judo, which is respect and consideration for the opponent. The judo uniform, judogi, is made of 3 parts: the shirt, joi, the pants, shirabaki, and the belt, obi. The judogi had originally been white, but now to distinguish between competitors, one wears a blue judogi and one a white judogi. To end my presentation, I would like to tell you some of the popular throws and popular holds. Of the throws, there is seoi nage, shoulder throw; osotogari, outer leg sweep; uchimata, inner thigh throw. The popular holds are yoko shiho katame, 4-direction hold; ure hishigi juji gatame, arm crushing hold. Thank you.